Welcome to Glitches to Gold, a weekly podcast birthed from my obsession with living a successful life. It began with chasing an Olympic dream and resulted in a 30-year obsession explored through sport, neuroscience, psychology, energetics, quantum mechanics, religion, art, and beauty. Sometimes chasing and achieving external markers, and at others experiencing the absolute opposite. Yet both taught me the same undeniable truth, and I'm here to share what I have discovered in the journey of mastering the alchemy of life, turning glitches to gold and success into overflow. If you like the podcast, share the love, like, rate, and subscribe on your favourite platform. Hey, Joe Warwick here, and welcome to today's episode of Glitches to Gold. I'm going to say the thing that nobody says, all right? You're not blocked, you're not stuck. Even if you're having loads of success in different places and yet there's a place that feels frustrating, you're not blocked. Do you know what? You're bored. And it's a thing no one ever talks about. You're bored. Your energy is bored. And so there's no life to it. There's no energizing to it because you are not expressing yourself in the fullness of yourself, and therefore you're not seeing the results because you can't actually be bothered. Even though you think you're making effort, you're taking action, but what's actually happening is you're not in movement, okay? You're being undermet because you're undercharged in your energy. And 2026 is the year of really coming into movement and momentum instead of action. No more action. Action on its own can be empty. It takes a lot of effort. It's a stage in your development to learn how to act, to move faster. Yeah. If you've been in stagnation, if you've been on a lower frequency, if you've, that part of the journey, you know it, you had to learn to move. But what we're talking about now with this fire horse energy is that it's about how you're moving. It's the momentum, it's the alignment, but it's not just thinking, oh, I'm aligned in my mind, body, I'm thinking the good thoughts. It's the absolute feeling that you're bringing your fire through your entire system, from your soul out into your nervous system, your digestive system, your energetic systems, your mind, your full layers of your energy bodies, so that you feel fully energized and awake and aware. Yes, you're not just in that conscious stage anymore, but when the fullness of you comes out in a way that you've never experienced before. What the fire horse is bringing that to the forefront now is that the direction becomes inevitable. It becomes easy because you know what you're doing. But at this moment, you're being reflected back in a kind of low resolution. The image of your life that you are the holographic expression of, you're projecting onto your life, your desires and energy. But if there's no power in the projector, then you get a low resolution. You've got this disconnect, this misfit between your energy and your beliefs and your desires. And so you feel like you're getting a very weak energetic reflection. And that's what we want to change this year, that you're not feeling any more undermet by sections of your life. We're not talking anymore about the wholeness of your life. We're talking about those areas perhaps that have felt heavier, slower, sticky, that it doesn't matter what you seem to do, can't seem to move. Those are the areas we're talking about. And often for a lot of people, that is the money area, because we can put a lot of density onto it. We've got a lot of stories around it. But as you lighten up, as you energize, as you move forward, that gets to shift because you're recognizing it's coming from within you going out, which is why I created the free Fire Horse audios, riding the Fire Horse this year as we're getting closer and closer to the Chinese New Year. But this Fire Horse energy is here. And it is going to be heating up all year long. But there is a difference, as I just recorded in one of the Fire Horse audios, it's a difference between being in the fire and riding the fire. And this year is about riding the fire. It's about being direct and the movement and momentum of it, like riding a surfboard, riding a snowboard. You want to be riding it to a destination, just like I used to do when I was riding professionally, and you'd be directing to a cross-country jump or a show jump, etc. You're directing a force of energy And that's what we're doing. And this bit gets missed, by the way, a lot. When people are talking about manifesting, they're talking about mindset, and they're talking about law of attraction, and they're talking about stepping into your new identity. Most people don't actually talk about the energetics, what it really means to ride that energy, to hold it, to move it, to direct it from your soul, through your mind, body, energy, your nervous system, all of your energy bodies, and out into the world. And that's what I talk about, of course, in leaning in when to take the wave of energy, how to use it. And if you're not seeing those results, if you're feeling that sense of being blocked, which you're not, you're bored. You're just bored. You're bored with what you're doing. You're bored of the results and you don't want to miss it because you're frustrated. But the truth is, it's reflecting back to you. You're bored on the inside. You're bored about what you're talking about. You're bored about what you're doing. You're bored because it's too small for you. You're not thinking big enough, going for something big enough. So the world can't reflect you back because you're just bored. Yeah. And being bored, it just depletes your energy because you can't accept it. I'm born in 1975. I grew up in an era where being bored was something you got used to. You could learn what to do when you're bored, how to re-energize. You got to be creative. But I don't know in this era now where people are always looking to be entertained by everything. There doesn't seem to be any space to feel boredom, to know what that really means, because when your energy is bored, it's not the same as being tired or that you need rest. You can feel tired because you're bored. This fire horse energy is asking you to move. You've got to move. You've got to move your body. You've got to move your thoughts. You've got to move your energy through your body. You've got to move in your life and take action and move into spaces, expand and take not just action, but action that is aligned with the energy that says, I need to go this way. I need to create some space. Do you remember being on the dance floor and the trick of putting your elbows out so that you could get a bit more space when it's a bit crowded? You need to become a bit more like that with your energy, getting your elbows out, taking up some space. And that's what we are exploring inside the Braver Challenge. Because this sort of stuff is hard to explain. I do my best. But the energy of being braver and bolder and leaning in this expression and expansion so that you feel fully expressed, going into all the places for yourself is what this year is all about, and why I was inspired to create Braver 2026, so that I can lead you and guide you to know the right things for your mind, your body, to understand the energetics, where to find the spaces to lean into, to clear up the miscalibration in your energy, where your energy is not going forward but instead is going backwards. And that's what happens when you're not in alignment energetically, and there's a belief, there's a hindrance, there's a story. It blocks the energy, so the energy is conflicting with you, so you can't run on that full energy. And that's what we'll be exploring on subjects, not on you, on subjects in your life that are bringing back that low resolution. Yeah, because you're not fully expressing through the projector that is you into your life, and it's not direct enough, is that you're getting back this low resolution. It's like getting a photo and it not matching who you are. Well, that doesn't feel right. Yeah, there's a disconnect. And so, what happens when you're bored? You stop getting interested, and you wonder why you're getting boring clients, if you're getting clients at all. You wonder why you're bored at your job. You wonder why you're feeling frustrated. And what can also happen is that you feel guilty for wanting more. You can get bored because you're just not expressing yourself enough, but you can get bored also because you're just not allowing yourself to grow. And there is this underlining guilt that I should be asking for more, that I could have more, that I can be more, that I can take up more space. We don't often realize this. And it comes to a belief called the Goldilocks Glitch I created in the story of the Goldilocks. We all know the story. She sits in a chair that's too small. She sits in a chair that's too big. And then she finds one that's right. She eats the porridge that is too small, not enough. And then she goes for one that's far too big. And then she goes for the one that's right. When your energy is in its correct direction and alignment, direction, hear me say that, it is directed through you correctly without bits in the way, sending it in the wrong direction, conflicting energies flowing in the wrong direction. You get to decide that it fits you, what's right. You want something spacious, but you don't want to be overwhelmed. You don't want so much money that you're freaking overwhelmed. You don't want to have something so small that it feels tight. There's constriction, but there's also overwhelm. We're talking about the right fit for you. at this time and allowing in more and more and more, whatever that is. And it doesn't matter whether your right fit is 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million, whatever, or it's having 10,000 a month or 5,000 a month, whatever your right fit is, your right fit at this moment. But it's leading into saying it can be in money, it can be in relationships, it can be with clients, your business, your career. It's where the hell are you bored? And I want you to be honest, truly be honest, because you cannot get the right fit if you don't recognize that you're bored, that your life force is bored. Yeah? You feel boring. You're boring about what you're talking about. You're bored with what you're talking about because you've been talking about the same things over and over again. You feel like you haven't learned anything new. We're here to learn. We're here to learn and grow. That's what, here to learn, grow, and share, I should say. So that's what you're here for. Now we kick off on the Braver Challenge, starts on Monday. Whoop! Only a few days away. We'll be running for 30 days. You can come join us in standard, inner circle, or VIP. Of course, inner circle is going to give you those hot seat group coaching. It's going to give you bonus Q&A sessions, etc. Those brilliant bonus audios. But of course, VIP gives you one-to-one time with me. If you might a bit where you're bored, you might have to end some stuff, begin some stuff, start some stuff, change some stuff. Yeah, that's always going to happen. So we're going to be looking at movement and momentum. That's what Braver is about, because it's aligned with a fire horse, and we're talking about moving that energy from the inside out and being able to allow that energy in, of course, because it's like a train station. You need to have trains coming in and trains coming out. That's how energy works. But we're talking about movement and we're talking about momentum. Those are the underpinning pillars of Braver. Learning how to move with the movement and the momentum. If you're interested and you want to find out more about free Fire Horse audios, you can check out those. And Braver, the challenge, come and check out the full details for that. You just head on over to glitchestogold.com or joewarwick.com and head into the product section. You can find it all there. Or come and find me at the Joe Warwick on Instagram and Facebook. Everything's in the show notes below, so you'll be able to find that too. I'm wishing you a beautiful day as we count down to the Fire Horse landing for the Chinese New Year, but it is already here and it's time to run with this energy.